Okay, this is an introduction to functions. We start out with book 7 and we're looking at exercise 1.1. First of all, function is like a machine. It has a set of inputs and a set of outputs. Function assigns a unique output to a given input. The output is directly connected with the input. In other words, what comes out depends on what you put in. Some function terms, again, you'll be familiar with these from Junior Cert, would be firstly the domain. That's the set of inputs for the function. The codomain is the set of all possible outputs. All of the possible outputs may not be mapped to, but the codomain is all possible outputs, and the range is a set of actual outputs. So let's take an example. In the function f, where n is the natural numbers are mapped onto the natural numbers, x is mapped onto x squared. The domain is this one here, is n. The codomain is here, is n also. And the range, in actual fact, is all the square numbers, like you have 1, 4, 9, 16, all the perfect squares. So as you can see, the range is like a subset of the codomain in this case. If you want to look at it graphically, we have this function here, 2x plus 1. When x is 1, y would be 2 times 1 plus 1, which is 3, etc. The domain is 1, 2, 3, 4 in this case, and the codomain is 1 to 10. Now, as you can see that the codomain, some of the outputs are not mapped to, and the range in this case is only the ones that are mapped to, which is 3, 5, 7, and 9. Now, you can be asked if something is or is not a function. So in general, if you have a function and you have two inputs that are mapped to a single output, that's okay, that's perfectly fine. However, if you have the opposite, whereby one input is mapped to two separate outputs, that is not a function. Now, we have a check called the vertical line check, which can tell us whether or not something is a function. So what you do is, here's your function. We've got a quadratic in this case. If I draw any vertical line, it can only cut the graph once only. So you can see that any vertical line that you draw will only cut once for a quadratic. So that is a function. However, if you have something like this, like a circle, if you draw a vertical line, it's cutting it twice. So a circle is not defined as being a function. And to get a bit of practice at this, you should now do Test and Text, book 7, page 6. If you do questions 1, 2, 3, and 14, and I'll include solutions on Schoology. Okay, thank you.